5 tips to grow your virtual classes. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Let me know if you're catching this live or on the replay. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I feel like I'm super zoomed out. I don't know how to fix this. It's freaking me out. But anyway, today we're gonna talk about 5 different things that you can do to grow your virtual classes. So if you're teaching virtual classes, this will help. Actually, if you're teaching in-person classes, these will help as well. So stick around. So maybe you have been posting, but you feel like it's not working. If that's you, like, let me know. Say me in the comments. Or maybe you feel like you're teaching a really strong class, but people just don't seem to come back. That's a retention issue. So let me know in the comments retention if you feel like that's your biggest issue right now. Or maybe you're kind of doing all of the things, but you're not quite sure why it's not working or why people aren't coming. You're not sure what else to do. So we're going to talk about 5 things that you may or may not be doing. So if you're doing them, yay, let me know in the messages and I'll give you some more tips, additionals of what you can do. If you're not doing any of these 5, then you have something else that you can go out there and try. So let me know in the comments also, are you teaching virtual classes? Are you teaching in-person classes? I teach in-person classes. I teach Zumba classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. Love it. I've been teaching for about 20 years and oh my gosh, red lipstick. Absolutely love it. So my name is Jessica. Those of you who don't know me, I have been dancing for 30 years, teaching it for 20. And I figured out how to grow my classes just using Facebook. So my classes blew up. They went from 6 people in my classes to over 50 by just learning how to post. So now I teach other instructors and I help other instructors double and triple their classes. I've helped dozens of instructors double and triple their classes. So I'm here to give you some tips on how to do that as well. Okay. So let's talk about packing your virtual classes. So tip number 1 is going to be to set reminders. Okay, especially for virtual classes. Oh, my cat is outside. Oh, side note, I'm a big fan of the World Cup, Team Mexico. Let me know in the comments what team you are. I'm Team Mexico, and I actually bought a whole bunch of these little Mexican flags, and I gave them to my Zumba class last week, so everyone was Team Mexico for about an hour. It was super fun. So let me know if you're following the World Cup, what team are you? So like, yes, go Team Mexico. Okay, so tip number 1 is going to be to set reminders, okay? Especially if you're doing in-person virtual classes. People don't remember these things, okay? And people have busy lives. So most of the time, a lot of the times, the reason that people don't come to your classes is because life just got busy, okay? It's not you, it's not your class, it's not the schedule, it's not your prices, it's not your packages, it's just life, especially during the summer. Summer is known to be low season and slow season for fitness instructors because either people are out of town and having fun and spending their summer, or they have people in town. I had my parents for the last 2 weeks. I did not post that much. I did not do a lot of online stuff in the last 2 weeks because my parents were in town, so I spent a lot more time with them. You're going to see some posts. Those are going to be a little late post because I didn't post last week, right? I was too busy having fun. So the same thing is happening with your students. So most of the time you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, okay? It's not that they're not joining your class because of you. It's because they just simply forgot. So set reminders, okay? This is something, especially if you're either a new instructor or your virtual class is kind of new. People are not used to it, okay? People are not used to that. And so you want to treat everyone like with VIP status. That means that you want to really take care of the couple of students that you're in. Most of the time when we teach a new class, whether it's in person or virtual, we usually get a small class, okay? Or at least that was the case for me. Every time I got a new class at the gym, I would get the worst schedule with the least amount of students in it. It's like, okay, you want to teach? Here's a Friday at 4. And I'd be like, oh, damn it, right? And I would start with like 6 people. And then it's our job to grow that class. So whether you're teaching in person or you're doing virtual, right? If you're just teaching a new virtual class and you decided to go out there and like Wednesdays at 4, I'm teaching a class, great. Very few people know about it. So even if you have 5 people, set reminders, especially if you have a small class, right? Remind those 5 people about those classes. If you have a larger class, 12, 13 people in that class, set reminders, remind those people about that class. Very simple. There's 500 million ways that you can do it, okay? The best way will be to send an individual message. So this can be a small text either 1 hour before your class or 24 hours before your class, and just go, hey, Susie Q, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow in the class. See you at 5. Or it can be a 1 hour reminder. I do this, I send reminders, right? For whenever I have webinars, I send like 5 reminders about my webinar. I send it 3 days before, 2 days before, 1 day before, 4 hours before, and then like an hour before. Why? Because people are busy and not everybody sees everything that you send them, okay? But if you're not sending them anything, no reminders whatsoever, then the likelihood of them remembering is very, very low. Or you're putting it, up into the universe, hoping that they'll remember your class and they'll prioritize your class, which a lot of people don't because life is busy. Okay, so send them, the best way to remind them is going to be to send them a personal message, that either a text message, or if they're on Instagram, a DM, or if they're on Facebook, a PM, but something that's just you and them. That's going to be the best one, because then they can respond or heart, and like you have that interaction, that connection. You want to create connection with your people. Your classes are going to be built on relationships, okay? That means having conversations with your people. So you can do that. You can also do, if you have like a chat inside WhatsApp or inside Facebook Messenger chat, you can also do that and say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for class. It's happening in 2 hours. Do that. That's a bigger, an easier reminder. Doesn't create as much a connection, but something is better than nothing. Posting reminders is not great. Okay, so if you're posting reminders about your class, that is not great. You want to use posting for promoting the class, not for reminding people about the class. So think of reminding people about the class as something that's much more VIP, right? Something that's much more personal, and think of promoting and posting as something more general, okay? So I wouldn't recommend posting reminders about your class. So remind them through text, remind them through chat, remind them through email, and obviously if you see them, in person, just remind them about the class the next day. So number 1, remind them about the class. That's how you get them to show up to class. Anyone who you had a conversation with and said, oh yeah, I'd love to take your class, right? Send them reminders about that class too. You literally have to push them to your class. You have to remind them, okay? You're not being annoying. They wanted to come to class, or they said that they were going to class, or they already came to class. You're just reminding them of something that they already wanted to do, okay? Number 2, so say number 1, well, actually not say number 1, tell me, are you sending reminders? Are you not sending reminders? What's your deal? Number 2, obviously teach a good class, okay? Just teach a strong class. And this is part of your format, so whatever format it is, all the formats have different rules and guidelines to follow about your format. But whatever format you are teaching, you do want to create a strong connection with your people, especially if you're doing virtual classes. Because when you're in person, they can feel your energy, they can feel your body language, all of that. There's a lot of that that's missed in virtual. So you really have to do things like, look into the camera so that they can see you, or come in and come out. And you want to keep that class dynamic so that they feel like you're right there with them in the room, okay? So make sure that you're creating those moments to connect with them. And you want your class to be high on personality, especially for virtual classes, because there's so many virtual classes out there. There's a lot of free classes out there. So a lot of the times, your people are not there because of the actual workout. They're going to favor the instructor that they connect with the most, the one that makes them laugh, the one that makes them sweat, the one that's just kind of quirky, the one that reminds them of them, right? So when you're teaching, take moments to let your personality show, because that's what's going to get them to come back. Your personality, okay? So show your personality. Don't be a robot where it's okay, we're here to work out. Thank you. No, that's too boring. Okay, that's way too boring. Number 3, get to know them. Okay, get to know your people. That means connecting with them outside of class. Your reminders are one way to do it, but I want you to start getting into the habit of sending your people messages and emails and conversations, not about your class, not reminding them about your class, not promoting your class, not announcing that a class is canceled, or there's going to be a theme, or there's going to be a promotion or a buy one, just for you to get to know them. okay? Building a relationship with your students. Otherwise, you're just coming in and you're teaching a class, and yes, they're your students, but they're not going to become loyal students until you build that relationship. So you have to build like a friendship, okay? And a friendship is not going to be built on single, double. A friendship is going to be built on you getting to learn about their lives. What is it that they do? Do they work? Are they stay-at-home moms? How many kids do they have? What are they doing in the summer? How did that trip from Venice, went? How's their mother doing? Did they finish moving to that new house? Like, get to know your people, okay? This is where you want to, have contact information for them, especially if you're virtual, you're teaching virtual, you want to have a strong database system. That means that you're not just hoping people show up and you're not just kind of figuring out who's going to show up. You have a database. I highly recommend a spreadsheet for this. And all of the clients that I have in my Fitness Boss program and any of my programs, I teach them how to do spreadsheets. It's not the sexiest of things, but the spreadsheet makes money because you have a database of your people. So you need to have their name. You need to have several contact information from them. So if you have their phone number, definitely their phone number, their email, if they have their Facebook link, they have an Instagram link, so that you can communicate with them, okay? And when you communicate, you don't want the communication to always be about you and your classes. That's what makes it spammy, okay? When you only talk about your classes or you only talk about your promotion. So don't, okay? Yes, send them reminders so that they get to class, and then they come to class, and then, 2 days later, you send them a little message and, hey, how's your summer going? That's it. Hey, how is Halloween? Hey, how is Christmas? Oh, happy birthday, right? Or, hey, how have you been? It's been a minute. And just let them tell you about themselves, okay? Get to know your people. That's super important, especially on the virtual scene where you don't see them. You can't hug them, right? You don't have all that personal interaction. You want to have that personal connection through one-on-one interaction, okay? So that means that all of this is happening not in a chat, not in a post, not in a Facebook group, right? Not on an email, but like you talking and messaging them, okay? So number 1, set reminders. Number 2, teach a good class, create connection. Number 3, get to know them, send them messages beyond outside the class. Number 4, this is super important for virtual classes, okay? Co-teach and collaborate. So students who like virtual classes are likely to search out other instructors who also teach virtual classes because they like this medium, right? It's harder to make somebody who goes to in-person classes to transfer to the online world. It's harder to have somebody who does the online world to transfer to in-person classes. Usually these are two separate types of people. The in-person people kind of like the interaction and they're okay with driving, paying, spending time doing that. They don't want the online, or there's something about it that it just doesn't vibe with them. The online people like the online space. They like that they don't have to drive. They like it that they can just open their laptop and work out. They like it that it's convenient for them, right? So look for more of the online people. So a good way to put yourself in front of other audiences that also like online is to collaborate with other instructors, right? So co-teach. That way your people can experience them and their people can experience you, and you can collaborate and students can cross-reference, okay? You're not stealing each other's students. I hate that word, right? Stealing. It's just, you're here to provide and to help people, okay? So get in touch with other fitness instructors, especially. It's kind of hard if you're a new instructor and you want to collaborate with somebody who's really established, because the established person, they had to work to build their status and build their classes, which is what you're doing if you're starting out. So they're not likely to collaborate with somebody new unless they're your good friend and they're like doing you a favor. But if you're starting out with somebody else, right, both of you are new, then that's kind of more of a better match. But regardless, right, if you want to grow your classes and put yourself in front of other students who also enjoy online classes, collaborate with other fitness instructors. You can go beyond your format. Okay, so I want you to stretch your brain. So yes, go to other fitness instructors who are also teaching, like I'm a Zumba instructor, right? So you can go to other Zumba instructors and collaborate and co-teach, and it's like your song, my song, or I do half of the song, you do half of the class, and you do the second half of the class. Like you can spread it out however you want, or you can also go to different formats. And let's say that you collaborate with a yoga instructor or with a Les Mills instructor, or you collaborate with a body pump instructor. And now they get half of dance, cardio dance thing, and then half of strengthening, or half of like stretching and relaxing, right? So go get creative so that you go beyond your format, beyond your class to get in front of people. If you want to attract new people, then you have to get in front of new people, okay? You are the one who has to be proactive. You are the one who has to take care of your people, set them, remind them, give them a good class, and then talk to them about them, like get to know them so that they keep coming back. You're building your retention. And then at the same time, you want to go out there, right, and attract people to you, put yourself in front of new eyes, and like be proactive about putting yourself out there. Right? Say putting yourself out there if that's something that you're either doing, okay? So collaborate, co-teach, all those things virtually. And then number 5, promote. Oh my gosh, the number one thing that I see instructors struggle, that it's like they want to grow their classes, is that either they're not promoting their class, this goes for in-person classes as well, you're not promoting your classes, or you're not doing it well, or you're not doing it enough. Okay? But especially for virtual classes, if you're not promoting, if you're not posting, people are not knowing about it. With in-person classes, you can get away with it a little bit because there's foot traffic. You're teaching in class and somebody walks by and sees the class, right? Or there was a class before you, or there's a class after you, right? So there's some kind of foot traffic that people can see and ask about. But virtual, you're basically teaching your class behind a rock. Right? Nobody knows it's there except you and whoever's taking the class and whoever you told about the class. So you need to tell people about it. So you need to post, you need to promote, okay? You need to be posting on your profile. So if you're posting, but you're not posting on your profile, you're basically not promoting. Okay, sorry to say this, my job is to help you be efficient, not to make you feel nice and pretty, okay? So if you're posting in other Facebook groups, that's good, but that's not enough to get them to your class, okay? Because what they'll do is that they'll say, oh, this looks interesting, and they'll click on your name, and your name is not gonna take them to your Zoom link, it's not gonna take them to your business page, it's not gonna take them to your Facebook group, it's gonna take them to your profile. And if you don't have anything on your profile promoting your classes or any indication that you are a fitness instructor, or the other way around, it's like too much, only talking about fitness classes because you don't want to mix personal and stuff, then they're going to be skeptical. Either you're going to scare them away because there's only you talking about your format, so you're like kind of obsessed, so they're going to, red flag for them, or you're not talking about your stuff because you don't want to bother people, and so then there's no indication that you are, so then they're going to think that the post that they saw was spam or a bot or a scam, okay? So you have to be posting on your profile and you have to be promoting. So if you need help with any of these, let me know. Next week, we'll be talking about what, if you're posting and you're promoting on your profile, like doing all the right things, and you're getting likes, yes, but you're not getting students. Why does that happen? Okay, so say new students in the comments if you don't want to miss that training, if you're getting likes but not students, how to fix that so that I can tag you and I can make sure that you don't miss it. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.